Hey, how we doing tonight? So now I want to do a recipe that I've done before. It's a jambalaya, except I'm going to simplify it. You see, over the holidays, we had the little girl's birthday party, little Catherine Faye, and I had to cook a lot of rice at once. I got this rice cooker here, if y'all can see, off Amazon. And I was thinking, I was doing some research, and they were talking about how you can make a lot of things inside the rice cooker. And I said, you know, that jambalaya I made, anybody could make that. The difficulty is in getting the rice just the right tenderness and everything like that. So I said, you can make it inside the rice cooker. So they had a little recipe for making it in the booklet that came with the rice cooker, but I'm going to just use my own recipe, just make sure you get the rice to water ratio right. And we'll make that in the rice cooker. And that way any of y'all can go, you know, at home can make it. And, you know, it's a foolproof method. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you tonight. What we got to do is prepare the ingredients, some of them, before we want to cook some of the meat before it goes into that rice cooker. I've got a cast iron skillet here, some andouille sausage, just sliced up really small. I like doing it like this. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here and start to saute it. Because I like, if you get a little tiny bite of sausage in every bite. I've got some cut into coins. It's actually just it's not andouille, it's a smoked sausage with green onions in it. We'll do that too, but I want to get this sausage here all cut up fine and just saute it a little bit to brown on the outside. Now they say that you can just put it in the cooker and it'll cook it, but I just don't think it'd be as good. I think you need to just kind of brown it on the outside for a minute, stir it around, and get a nice little crisp outside. Okay, I cooked all the chopped up andouille. Now I've got this other sausage that I just sliced in the coins, and we're going to saute it here. Okay, so basically all we're trying to do is brown the sausage, and then we're going to put it over there and to drain some of the oil off of it. I got the sausage out with the pan still hot with some of that good grease from the sausage. We'll add some trinity, you know, bell pepper, onion, a little celery. If you don't have it pre-mixed like this or pre-cut, I'd say you use about one onion, about a half a bell pepper, and a stick of celery, something like that. Now, just not too much. Now, you see how much volume I'm dealing with here. You just want mostly onion, about 2 parts onion to 1 part bell pepper to 1 part celery. And we're going to just saute this here for a minute. Hey y'all, unfortunately I just thought about this. I'm going to have to change pans because I'm going to be adding some tomatoes to this, and you don't want to ever add tomatoes to your cast iron. That cast iron was great for searing everything, but I want to, you know, change to a non-stick or something like that. Go ahead and finish this because I'm going to add some tomato sauce and stuff, and you don't want to ruin the finish your season on your cast iron. Now that the water's started to cook out of these vegetables, I'm going to start adding some seasoning. I've got 2 tablespoons paprika, 1 tablespoon cumin, 1 1/2 tablespoon slap your mama, and 1 tablespoon garlic powder. Just going to add this. Let's get all this in the center here, so make sure you get all in the vegetables here. Add all that goodness there. Just kind of stir that around and let that seasoning just really, once it gets a little heat to it, especially that cumin and stuff like that, it'll start opening up and bringing flavors out. And just kind of stir that around. You know, you can really smell that, all that spice, all that goodness in there. That's what we want. Now, I'm gonna come in here with some tomatoes. I've got some petite diced tomatoes, just 1 can. I'm gonna stir those in, alright? And just let this just get all nice and happy there. All that seasoning get down in there. Oh man, making a mess. There we go. There we go. Just get all that, just get it simmering, everything, and let that simmer for a couple minutes. That's come to a simmer. That was a 14-ounce can of tomatoes. I'm gonna add about 8 ounces of just tomato sauce here. Now, what you could have done, you could have added, you know, just some tomato paste, something like that. I just didn't have any on hand. I'm going to add a little bit of this tomato sauce. I'm going to let this simmer here on low for about 10 minutes. Just kind of bring everything together. Just keep stirring it, though. It's been simmering a few minutes. I'm going to start adding some of the meat. I got about 2 to 3 cups of just pulled chicken here. You know, just one was off a roasted, some of it was off a roasted chicken from the grocery store. And I had about just a regular chicken breast I cooked in the oven. So anyway, it's about 3 cups of chicken meat. That's some good stuff there. It's gonna give it some flavor. We'll just kind of fold this in. Got the chicken in there. I'll start adding back some of the sausage. So you got to do that there. Just have to be careful with this. I'm gonna spill it all over the stove with my range here. I won't say nothing, but it's going pretty good now. Let's see. Get all that in there. I'm gonna get all that mixed up in that sauce. So it all spills out over here. Some of that goodness. Okay. Ouch. Some of that stuff's still hot. Okay, so I'm gonna stir that in as well. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this, just to thin out some, about a half cup. And we'll let this simmer for a few minutes. All right, now I'm gonna bring it over to the rice cooker. What we're gonna do, we're gonna get this inner pot out of here, so we're gonna put this stuff in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this stuff, I set that little inner pot down the sink, and we'll put this stuff in the pot. It's good hot, you know, the sausage, the chicken, all that tomato sauce and everything. And get that down in there. Wow, this is gonna make a pot of jambalaya for sure. Nice big pot. So we got that all down in there. We'll set that aside for a second. That's all down in there. I've got some nice Gulf shrimp here, just some smaller ones. And put those in there. Those are actually, these were, there's a market around the corner that sells them already peeled, and they were you know, frozen. So that's fine. You know, I put about a pound of those in there, and we'll stir this in with all this good hot stuff here. This will de-thaw them really quick, okay? Tripod, sorry about that. Okay, so I got all this mixed in here in the inside of my rice cooker. Look at that. Now I've got about 32 ounces of chicken stock here. I'll add that. All 32 ounces. Like that. Stir that up a little bit. I mean, look at all that goodness there. Now I've got rice. I've got about 1 3/4 cup. I didn't need quite that much. Let me shake a little bit of that off there. Okay, there we go. I'll put that in there. We'll stir this up. Mix that all together. So about almost, you know, 1 3/4 cup almost. It probably would have handled it. Now I'm gonna put this in the rice cooker. Okay, so I set the little insert back in the rice cooker. Dang, get that little piece of rice out of there. It's gonna drive me crazy. Oh, by the way, use long grain rice. Be sure you use long grain rice. I'm gonna turn this power on here. Then I'm gonna select white rice. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna close it. Now, when it's done, it'll let us know. And the whole deal, it should be done. The jambalaya, rice and all. Now, you really didn't have to do all that pre-cooking and stuff. It said, you know, if you wanted to follow the recipe and the instruction booklet for this rice cooker, you put everything in there raw. I like going ahead and browning my sausage and everything. So we're going to see how this turns out. It's been about 40 minutes and it's done now. It's in the keep warm mode. I can't wait to see what this is like. Okay, pop it open and just see. Whoo, wow, there's some steam coming out of there. Look at that. Wow. Rice is nice and tender. All this sausage and everything. Man, oh man. I'm gonna let this sit just for a minute and then we're gonna give it a try. What I've done, since it was still pretty watery, I stirred around. I'm gonna let it sit on the keep warm mode for about 20 minutes. So it's set here on the keep warm mode for about 20 minutes. We're gonna try it again. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, that rice really soaked up a lot of that juice now. There we go, a little trial and error. This is my first time making it in the rice cooker. That looks a lot more like it. Just like that there. And then tomorrow even, because I didn't eat all this tonight, this will be even better once it's set in the refrigerator. So we'll go ahead and give this a try. We'll serve a little bit of it up here and give it a try. Man, oh man, it smells good, I know that. The question is though, how does it taste? Give it a try. Wow. Sure is hot. Wow. That's some good jambalaya. It really is. Decent stuff. I'm going to give that a try, I'm telling you. Now, anybody can make a jambalaya. Make it in a rice cooker. You can go by the instructions on your rice or something. Add enough water or liquid to the rice. As saying and preparing the rice. Why not just throw it all in the rice cooker and make it right there. Anybody can make a good jambalaya. Oh, by the way, put one more ingredient in there that I didn't show on camera. I forgot to tell you. 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. That's some good stuff, y'all.